Hello and welcome to the Digital Disruptors Podcast. I'm Brad Burrow. Today we have Colter Daubert, the founder of Kiko Roofing.
Yep.
Okay. Really excited to have you on. You know, it's funny, the timing. It's like we just had, you know, this will show up on the podcast. So we just had a big hailstorm come through and I'm like, do you even have time for a podcast today? So we're kind of going to get into that just a little bit, but we have some questions. I appreciate you being on here and you know, marketing and business development, lead gen's a whole new world these days.
Yeah. No, I appreciate you inviting me to be on here. I'm super excited. So
yeah, awesome. Well, tell me a little bit about your background in roofing. How did you get into the industry? And you were telling me some things earlier about a little bit of an IT background.
Yeah. So I do have an IT background. I was in the IT project manager world for probably about 15 years with a large restaurant company here. That company ended up leaving Kansas City, and I was offered a job in Florida. We went to Florida to pursue our dream, and then
with that same company?
No, a different restaurant company. Yeah,
gotcha.
The other company went to California, and I was like, I'm not California. And then I got a job offering in Florida, and they paid me to move, which like no one does anymore.
Yeah.
So we moved, and then. It's the restaurant industry, which is pretty tough. And the projects I was assigned to ended up getting cut. But while I was there, I met a guy that was in roofing sales. He does a lot. He travels around and trains people, and he does pretty well on his marketing stuff
on how to sell.
Oh, yeah. And he does real good on, like, he's the only guy that wears a bow tie. And he just he knew he needed to find a niche, and he found it. And super nice guy. His name's Deshaun Bryant, but he got me interested in roofing. And we moved back right before COVID. And I had done construction before. I used to build houses in Aurora, Colorado, with my cousin back in the day. And I grew up on a farm, so I love doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I love being around people, like talking, getting to know people.
Yeah.
And so when we moved back here, I was looking for a position that after COVID, I didn't want to be in-house anymore. I didn't want to sit at a desk. I wanted to change and get back kind of my roots. So I got hired by a roofing company here in town and started selling for them, and was easily the top 3 seller in the company, and just really enjoyed what I did. And after so long, I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna do my own thing.
So what inspired you to do that? I mean, it's like you decided one day, it's like, I think I can start my own company.
Well, I mean, I learned a lot from working in the corporate world, in the position I was in, like managing food cost and P&Ls and stuff like that for the business. That after I started to really get a grasp of how roofing was done, I knew that was something I would be able to manage on my own and do on my own. But I am, I had a pulling toward it. I mean, I spent a long time praying if I should go this way, if I shouldn't, should I stay where I'm at? Because it's a big leap and it's kind of scary.
It is.
Especially when you got 3 kids and your wife has the hardest job of staying home with the kids and taking care of the household. It's a little scary, but I knew that I was being pulled to do that selfishly for things I want to do in the future. And so I said, you know what, I can't not listen anymore. I just need to do it. So, but I've seen how businesses are ran the right way, the wrong way. And so I said, I can do this, and I can do it the right way. So,
you're in a very, very competitive market. I mean,
Yeah.
you picked it, maybe one of the hardest ones.
Yeah, for sure. And I do things different. And I've had some roofing companies that tell me that I'm dumb or whatever for trying it this other way. But, I just know how I want to run it, and I'm going to do everything I can to make it successful and not have to run it a different way than I want to.
Yeah.
So,
well, tell me what's different about Kiko? What's different than the other roofing companies that are out there?
Now, I do want to say there are some really great companies. There are a lot of roofing companies, and there are really good ones. But with me in particular, I just, I am not, I won't really storm chase. I won't just show up at your house, knock on your door at 7:00 at night right after a storm, just hit your house.
Yeah.
That's just not how I want to do business. It works for people.
That happened here.
Yeah.
I told you about that earlier.
Yeah, you
the
told
guy
me
showed
about
up.
that.
Hey, I want to get up on your roof.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah, and it's the door. I train guys on door-to-door sales. I used to train new roofers and stuff like that. So I get the use of the door-to-door sales. I do, but me personally, my goal is to build more relationships. I want to build relationships and be a part of the community. I don't want people to go, oh, Kiko Roofing, that's the guy that was knocking my door when we're having dinner right after a hailstorm. I don't want to be that guy. And yeah.
Can I tell you a little story?
Yeah.
I was thinking about this. So my house, we've had some hailstorms come through and different things. And we have, I've got little Ring cameras and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I see a guy, like my garage has a little overhang thing that's got shingles on it.
Yeah.
I see a guy climb up, take a piece of chalk, circle something.
Yeah.
And our roof is only 2 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And then go up and put a deal on my door and says, you have roof damage.
Mm-hmm.
You need to give me a call.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty, I just couldn't believe it felt so intrusive. It's like the guy's climbing up and, I don't think that there's any roof damage there, but he was trying to get a new lead for that. It's just crazy that they're willing to do things like that.
Yeah, it's and I meet with homeowners every single day, and they talk to me about insurance, and they're like, "Well, insurance is trash, and they're taking advantage of me, and all this other stuff." But unfortunately, over who knows how many years, you've had people that have had a door knocker or whatever talk them into filing a claim when they don't need it. Now, there are door knockers that are really good dudes that I've trained or I still know personally, that they're just out there trying to make money for their family and they're doing it the right way. But there's just that stigma, right? There's always a good and bad in every industry. And unfortunately, it's people like that give roofers a bad name. You know, hey, you got damage. Well, I literally just got a brand new roof, or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's it's sad to see. And that's why I want to be different.
So integrity is a huge deal for longevity, I would think, too, huh?
100%. I mean, if I don't have integrity, then what do I have? Because I decided to do this. I've got 3 kids. I've got one that's 10. She's always interested in what I'm doing.
Is that right?
Yeah. She's like,
take her up on a roof with you.
Well, I won't do that, but I do take her to like my networking events.
Yeah, awesome.
Or I'm big in the Chamber of Commerce, so I take her to those things, and she sees kind of how I work. She's always complaining because I talk to everybody, but I've also got a 5-year-old son, so if they want to go to college, great. My oldest wants to be a vet. You got to go to college for that. Roofing, you don't really need to go to college for that. So if it's something they would like to take over someday, I'm building something for them.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's
yeah.
awesome. So let's switch gears a little bit.
Yeah.
So we talked about you use Techie to help you with the website.
Mm-hmm.
And what are the marketing channels? I mean, this is one of the reasons we have this podcast, because everything's changing marketing wise and sales wise.
Yeah.
It feels like daily.
Mm-hmm.
And you're in a very competitive industry. So what are the marketing channels that you're using for Kiko?
Right now, as you mentioned, I'm working closely with Techie, and I got to admit, I'm kind of behind on everything that goes on because it does change so much.
Yeah.
I sat down with David, and I was like, hey, what should I be doing? Should I be doing SEO? Like, I heard SEO is the thing to do. And he's like, well, hey, slow down. He's like, we got some other things that we can look into, LSA with Google and Google Maps. And, even Facebook has even changed too with their ads. It's
one of the things we're going to talk about on a podcast pretty soon is about Facebook ads.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the new thing right now.
Mm-hmm.
The latest thing is a lot of, which I think it potentially be great for you guys too.
Yeah, I just started doing it. Kind of what I was talking to you about is I don't want to make cheesy videos with my phone or anything. I want to look professional, but
we don't recommend that either. By
the way. I'm right there with you. But it's mainly Google and Facebook, Instagram, things like that I'm shooting for right now, just to get started, because I am pretty new. Just launched. I just started everything on my own maybe 2 months ago. So that's when I took the leap. But yeah, Google, Facebook, and just trying to stay on top of everything. Like, even the stuff with AI.
Yeah.
I mean, I started learning about AI, and then all of a sudden here's something new about it that it can do. And it blows me away with how fast everything is moving. And
turbo speed.
Yeah. It's changing every day. So I think I know a lot of people that just say, oh, I have a website guy. He developed my website 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And they don't ever talk. I try to stay active with David and Techie and be like, hey man, what's changing? Like, where do I need to be here? Because if you don't, you're going to get left behind. So, 100%.
And that will happen.
Yeah.
If you're not, if you're not on top of what's actually happening and how leads are getting generated now, even if you have the best intentions and the best, intention to help people, those leads are the lifeblood of your business growing. Yeah. And if you're not, it used to be you run a full page yellow page ad, and like you'd have more leads, and that was very expensive to do that. It's completely changing. Even roofing companies that are doing TV spots and things like that, they're not nearly as effective as they used to be.
Yeah.
So now your whole marketing mix has to be over a whole bunch of different types of marketing vehicles.
Yeah, I last year I really ramped up trying to do like postcards to homeowners.
Yeah.
And I sat down, I analyzed. I was like, don't do a regular postcard, make it look like a house and all this stuff. And the direct mail stuff, I mean,
how did it work?
I got one call out of, my wife sent hundreds out.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't working. And I'm like, man, I could have spent all that time and all that money on doing ads or something on Facebook, or focusing on videos and things like that. I was just really kind of blown away. I got one call off of it. And I'm just like, man. Okay.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's like, it's the same with us. And we've been in business 28 years.
Yeah.
It used to be I would call somebody, I'd send them a demo, and they'd get it in the mail. They'd look at it, there'd be a letter with it. We don't do any of that anymore.
Yeah.
Nothing's done the same way. And that's one of the reasons I feel like podcasting is a pretty powerful thing, because especially the younger people, they're getting their information that way now. It's pretty crazy.
You open the mail and you just see, oh, is it a bill? Oh, it's a bill. The rest trash.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't even really look at it. Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it changes. It's changed a lot.
So you're doing a lot of like video on your phone and that kind of thing, which I think there's a place for that as well too. So I commend you for doing that. What would you say to other business owners? I mean, has that been helpful for you?
Yeah, it has. I would say if it's in the budget, definitely get higher quality. Hire someone to go out to one of your roof jobs and video and stuff like that, and get some good content that is high quality, that when you're talking, it's picked up, the audio is really good. Because you can buy, like I even bought the mic off of Amazon, and I wear it and I talk, and it's great and everything, but it sometimes I feel like when people see the videos, they're just kind of like, oh, this guy's cheap, why is he doing this?
Yeah.
But it also does kind of, when I'm on top of a roof and I'm doing a video and I'm doing a selfie and I'm talking about roof damage, I think then they're more in tune to, hey, this is great. But if I'm shooting a commercial or an ad on my phone, hey, did you get hit by a storm or something like that, it's kind of shoddy looking audio. So definitely reach out and get connected with people like you, and get that good quality stuff for your pages.
I think it's a mixture. I mean, I never tell anybody to stop doing what you're doing, like with the phone and stuff, because there is something about, hey, we just came across this, this issue. See this, lift up a shingle or whatever it is. That I think has a place, but there's also a place for your marketing content that's a little bit more polished, or maybe a lot more polished. Do you think people respond differently to the different levels of quality when it comes to video? You think they respond differently?
Yeah, I feel like they do. And you make a great point. Like when I'm doing videos and I'm actually on the roof, people seem to respond to it really well, because they're like, oh, I didn't know that. And then when you do the higher quality stuff, which I honestly haven't done a lot of.
Hey, I know a guy.
Yeah, you know a guy. Yeah, I'll be calling you. But yeah, when you do the higher quality stuff, they're probably, that higher quality should reside probably on your website. So when they're there, they're like, okay, yeah, he took time. Oh, this is really nice.
Yeah.
He went deep into this subject or whatever, and it's just really good audio and visual.
Yeah.
So yeah, they respond a lot better with the different types of media.
I think one thing that I think about too is just we talked a little bit about insurance companies.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are very, very hesitant because they don't know how to deal with an insurance company. And that's one thing I think from a service standpoint that you can bring to the table, right? It's like, help me navigate how I get this situation taken care of.
Yeah. I talk to homeowners on a daily basis, and a good majority don't understand what kind of coverage they even have, what happens.
Isn't that amazing? That's amazing to me.
Yeah, it blows me away. Some people don't even know who their insurance is, which blows my mind, because I'm like, this is your home. And that's one thing that I told Techie is I looked at probably 40 different roofing websites, and they're all the same. And I said, I don't want the same. My whole goal is education. Even when I train people, I learned from that gentleman in Tampa that when I'm on the roof, I'm trying to be a doctor. When I come down, I want to be a teacher. I want to educate the homeowner.
Here's what needs to happen.
Yeah, exactly. Here's the next steps, and this is why. But then after that, sometimes I have to be a lawyer. I got to use fancy terms with insurance, to get things covered. But it's all about educating the homeowner, and that's my sole purpose. But
do you think it's from a sales standpoint that it's more relationship based than it is like, we're going to do a good job fixing your roof? I mean, it's more of that side of what you're doing. It's like, I'm an advocate for you. I know all this stuff already. Is that a bigger part of your sales challenge?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say it's a challenge, because I mean, you can see our logo with us, your family. It's because if I'm coming to your home, I'm going to be your family. And I've seen sales pitch guys that are like, oh man, don't get vested into the homeowner, just get the sale and get out. It's
really?
Not,
you've heard that?
Yeah, and that's not how
I wouldn't want to hear that if I'm
exactly. I mean, because they're trying to promote. They're like, don't get invested in the homeowner. Help them through just what they need, and don't do anything else. That's not. My wife went through cancer treatment. While I've been out there, I've ran into people that this one gentleman, his wife was going through brain cancer treatment last year when Shawnee just got obliterated with hail. And I am not going to just show up and go, hey, that's great. Now about your roof, let's just get it done. When I am there, I do really want you to be family, because I want to know what you like. And because when I finish a job, say like you like grilling, at the end of the job, I might give you some seasoning, be like, hey man, I know you like grilling. It's building that relationship, because I'm all about community. And if they ever need anything, I want them to go, you know what? Colter was like a friend to me, so I'm going to refer so-and-so, or I'm having this issue. I'm going to call, even if it's not about the roof, call me and say, hey, I got this problem going on. Do you know anybody? Yeah, I do. 'Cause I'm always meeting with people.
Yeah.
So that's the key thing with me.
Yeah. Tell me about a recent win.
Man.
Can you talk about?
Well,
you kind of mentioned one maybe a little bit there, but
well, I mean, a big win for me personally is that I've been wanting to get more educational stuff out there, and I ran into an insurance broker that he was like, "Hey, what if you did some videos for us, and we shared them with the homeowners, so they would understand, what to expect, what not to expect when a storm hits." And I've been trying to get some traction on that, and ran into a guy at a brokerage, and he's like, "Hey, send me some videos." And I told him, I was like, "Hey, they're not going to be high quality, but this is what I would like to talk about." And he came back and he was like, "Hey, our head guy here at the insurance firm really liked him, and he thinks it's a great idea." So I really want, the win is that I'm trying to bring roofers and insurance people together. There's so much animosity. I mean, I could tell you story after story of just a roofer arguing with an insurance guy. I've seen adjusters for insurance companies and roofers almost getting fights.
Is that right?
Yeah, I've
really.
I've even heard of a roofer pulling the adjuster's ladder down so he can't get off the roof because he denied a roof. And that blows my mind in the fact that it's like, you're all working together, right? I'm the roofer.
Supposed to be, right?
Yeah, you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
And so that's why it's such a big win for me, because here I am working with an insurance agency that wants me to help them make videos to share with the homeowner on, hey, when they do knock your door, don't do this, type of thing.
Yeah.
And I think it pushes insurance agents to try to have more of a relationship with their homeowner. That way, when your coverage is changing and why it's changing and things like that. I think it just makes a big circle in an effort to relieve some of what's being changed in the industry as far as insurance is concerned.
Yeah. So referrals is probably a big deal, but one of the things that I've got 2 or 3 more questions and we'll be wrapped up here. But I want to ask about case studies. Do you find that, I don't know if you're using case studies right now, but somebody that actually has had a great experience or that you've really been able to help them, do you think that's a powerful tool for selling even a video version of something like that? Have you ever thought about doing that?
That's a good idea. I've seen last year, I had to knock 0 doors. I didn't have to even,
because of the storms?
No, just because of referrals.
Oh, referrals.
Because I mean, and the case studies, because I take the time and I take care of the homeowner and I build that relationship.
Yeah.
That they feel so comfortable with me, they just call me back.
Why wouldn't they?
Yeah, they're just like, "Hey, this guy was excellent." I've had situations, some really crazy situations where things happen during the build, that the homeowner's upset about, but the fact is that I take care of it. I just tell them I will take care of it, and I do what I'm saying, and I don't come back and try to get something out of them.
Yeah.
So if I say, "Hey, I'm going to fix the ceiling that water leaked on, and I'm going to fix it for you," I don't get someone to fix it and go, "But it's going to be another $1,000."
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is, I'm making money, and the only way I'm going to continue to get stuff from you, because I earn your trust, I will take care of it. And I do that.
Like a sales and marketing expense, right?
Yeah.
Because they're going to refer you, man, this guy did do what he said.
Yeah. I mean, it's all about trust and getting them taken care of.
So what's your vision for the next few years? What do you think?
That's a good question.
You're going to take over Kansas City?
No, I don't want to be, and this is being blatantly honest, I don't want to be a $50 million company. And the reason I say that is because I know the threshold that will start to pull me away from my family.
Yeah.
And that is not acceptable to me. When I hit the threshold where I'm like, "Hey kids, I'm going to be gone all week," or something like that, that's not acceptable to me.
Yeah.
My goal is I would like to get to about the 12 to 15 million dollar mark, and my goal would be 3 years, try to get there.
That's great.
That'd be awesome. But again, if I get past a threshold that starts to pull me away, I worked with a great company, a great roofing company, where I learned the right way to do it. And they're not a $20 million company. And the owner is like, I love my kids. This is where I like to be. That's what it's about. And, so my goal is to grow it, but, I'm doing some stuff that's not industry wise, is not norm.
Yeah.
The way I want to pay my guys when I hire them, how many guys I want to hire, and I want to empower them.
Yeah.
I'm not just going to hire someone just to go out and knock doors. This is someone that's going to be embedded in the community. I want sponsor teams. I want outreaches. Yeah. If someone needs help them. That's what it's about for me.
I love it.
So, yeah.
Last question. How do you plan to keep growing online in your community? I mean, have you thought about like a digital marketing plan moving forward? I'm probably talked to Techie about that a little bit, but
yeah, a little bit. Just because I'm so brand new, that is something that I want to get in on. I think one avenue, as long as being new, you really have to watch your budget in this industry, because you can kind of bury yourself and be like, oh man, now I can't get out.
Yeah.
So it will come down to budget, but I want to do more media around community, but me out there with the community.
Yeah.
Because I want to show that it is really something that I'm passionate about.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I grew up in a small town, 3,500 people, and it's community.
Yeah.
When this person needs help, it's community. And we're in a big city. I get it. And it's not always easy, but I want it to be community.
One relationship at a time, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You start building.
Exactly. I mean, if I have my money right as a business, that means I can take other money and take care of other people.
Yeah.
And if there ever comes a time that so-and-so lost their roof and they're in this hardship, they can't afford this, they can't afford that, I've got enough. And as a community, let's take care of them. Let's just fix it,
It always
and
comes
help them.
back to when you do
It'll
things
come
like
back
that.
eventually.
Yeah.
It's not, you don't have to worry about it. It'll come back one way or the other. So.
Well, Colter, I thank you for coming on the podcast. It's really awesome hearing what you're doing, and I think you have a bright future.
Oh, I appreciate that. I hope so. I'm trying.
Like you take care of people. One little thing I'll tell you. So I don't know if you remember Zig Ziglar.
Yeah.
So I interviewed him one time.
Oh, wow.
And what I'm hearing you say is, like, he said one thing to me. It's like, if you want to be successful, help somebody else be successful.
Mm-hmm.
And it really is true. And that's kind of what you're saying. It's like, I'm going to take care of other people. I'm going to be fine, but I'm going to help other people. And that's not a lot of people in your industry specifically that are like that.
Yeah. And I mean, I know you're trying to wrap it up, but just real quick, kind of the thing I was saying about how I want to pay my employees is, I told my subcontracting crews, I'm like, if you guys do good, you're part of the family too. And I'll give you bonuses. I'll take care of you guys because you're part of the family.
Yeah.
The guys I want working for my company, I want to be able to pay them to where the company is covering its expenses and we're getting a little bit of money. But in the industry, it's usually a split, like the company gets 50%.
Yeah.
The sales guy gets 50%.
50%?
Yeah.
No kidding?
Of the commission.
Wow.
That's if you've been doing it a long time. My goal is to make it a higher percentage. Like, hey, you've been doing it 10 years. You would like to start your own company, but you don't really want to deal with all that stuff, but you want to take care of your family. You really love what you do. I want to remove the thought that you can't make really good money and do your own thing. So why don't I give you 70-30? I'm making 30% instead of 0. What if I gave you 80-20? I'm still, as a company, making 20% instead of 0.
Yeah.
And I've got really good people out there that align with me and that are going to take care of the community just like I'm going to keep the people that do a great job.
Yeah.
And that's just way I want to build it.
So how would somebody get a hold of you if they want to? We just had the storms come through, and how do they get a hold of you?
You can definitely just go on to Facebook for Kiko Roofing and follow us. Reach out through there. David from Techie is doing my website.
Yeah.
It's taking a little bit because I don't want to be like everybody else, but there is a landing page. You can go to KikoRoofingKC.com and check that site out. There's even a tool there. You can put in your address, and it'll tell you how much it would cost to get a new roof from me at my cost. At my cost, yeah. Not other roofing costs, is what I get material for. It's a great tool. But yeah, or Instagram at Kiko Roofing KC. And and the thing is, you're dealing with the owner. I'm not sending somebody else out. This is every connection I make. I am the one doing the connecting. And so I'm an owner that is present and out and meeting people. So I don't want to sit in an office.
I hear you. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
So this is the Digital Disruptors Podcast. Be sure to subscribe, share this content. This is a place to come and learn about digital marketing and learn kind of the ins and outs of as it's changing daily, how you can get, update what you're doing with your company and learn and grow. So that's the goal here at this podcast. So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.